Skippy the harbor seal.
Along the Alaskan coast, there are thousands of harbor seals, playing and fishing for food. On a sunny day, hundreds of them climb out of the water and lie on the sand. They usually stay away from people. However, there is one seal that looks particularly friendly. Her name is Skippy. Skippy was a young pup, maybe a week old, when a man in a kayak found her. The baby seal was crying just like a human baby. The kayaker on a camping trip did not see her mother, so he thought that her mother had abandoned her. That is why he rescued her. For 4 days, the baby seal rode in the kayak. She ate the camper's food, peanut butter, and powdered milk. The human food made Skippy sick, and the biologists at the Alaska Sea Life Center had to take care of her. After a few months, the seal was well again. They took her to the sea and let her go. She weighed about 30 kilograms at that time. They thought they were saying goodbye to the happy little seal. The next year, some strange stories came back to the Alaska Sea Life Center. A harbor seal was doing some rather unusual things. This seal seemed much friendlier than other seals. The people at the center did not have to wonder for long. They were sure it was Skippy. They checked the identification tag, and yes, it was Skippy. One of the calls came from an experienced kayaker named George Durner. He was on a kayak trip in late June. It was going to be a solo trip, but he was not alone for long. Skippy joined him. She swam along the side of his kayak, and then she hopped onto the back of his kayak. Wildlife biologists are now concerned. Harbor seals grow up to about 90 kilograms. So if a 90-kilogram Skippy jumped out of the water onto a kayak, the kayak could tip over. Kaya Bricks, a biologist at the National Marine Fisheries Service, shares this fear. "We don't want an injury to a person or a seal," she said. What will happen to Skippy, the harbor seal that ate peanut butter and powdered milk as a baby? Should Skippy be kept in a zoo and lose her freedom? Or should she stay in the ocean and possibly pose a threat to herself and others?
It is better to keep Skippy in a zoo.
People enjoying water sports along the coast will be very surprised when a big seal like Skippy suddenly shows up. Some of them may panic, putting themselves in danger. Others may harm the animal by accident. Leaving Skippy loose at sea is a possible threat to herself and others. That is why she must be kept in a zoo where professionals can take care of her. Skippy will probably be happy there because she likes to interact with people.
Skippy spent time with human beings when she should have been in the wild learning survival skills. Since she missed that crucial period, it is now difficult for her to learn how to live in the wild. Even though she belongs in the wild, Skippy is used to being around human beings. Perhaps that is the reason why she keeps coming back to us. Skippy needs a safe place to live, and I think it is the right decision to keep her in a zoo.
Skippy must remain free in nature.
Skippy must remain free in the wild. In fact, it is not easy to replicate habitats for seals in a zoo. Skippy will have a boring life there. She will not be given an opportunity to live according to the rules of the wild. Skippy may eventually turn into a seal that does not act like a normal seal. Instead of keeping Skippy in a zoo, therefore, experts should find ways to keep Skippy safe in the wild.
Skippy must not be sent to a zoo. She can teach us how animals and people can live together in nature. We should not take away her freedom. Instead, water sports which pose a threat to sea animals like Skippy should be banned from the places where they live. Lovers of water sports can have their fun in other places.